YouTube. We're once again in the building, in the house, like kitchen sinks. Real Kenz TV, live and direct. Another pop-up live. One thing that I can say about my pop-up lives is that I typically go live right around 10 o'clock. Where I'm at is 10 o'clock right now. I don't know if it's Eastern time, Central time. Only thing I know is it's 10 o'clock. Whatever the case may be, we in the building, man. Y'all come rock with me tonight, man. We're going to have a little fun. Q&A, as I always do, just answer questions because I can't always respond to all of the YouTube, the actual email questions at my email. So what I try to do is just go live. You know what I mean? It's my dog. That's my dog. What's up? Jesse Ray. Old dog. Hey, I'm telling you, man, don't nobody drop no loads like Jesse, man. He's driving these trucks, man, you know what I'm saying, all throughout the country. So when we order our Amazon Primes or whatever we want to order, we get our orders the, next day or 2, 3 days, however long it takes. Salute anybody's driving a truck, anybody that's, any sort of transportation or things of that nature. Salute to you, man. I need y'all to double tap that screen. I know I just got here, but I need y'all to double tap the screen because nobody knows when I'm going live. You double tap the screen, get the likes up. I need 1,000 likes, and then other YouTubers say, okay, well, people's kind of feeling this live. Let's see where we're going. And they send out the notifications. It's a dirty game, but somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. April 5081, hello. How you doing? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? What up, Big Kenz? I was just watching one of your videos. I definitely appreciate you. I think I got you on as a moderator, if you don't mind tonight. So anybody gets silly, if it's questionable, just ask me if you feel like doing it. If it's questionable, just ask me. But somebody just blatantly disrespectful, get them out of here. We're gonna have a good laugh tonight. You know what I mean? Tori's family, 6788. Oh snap! It's Mr. 511. Signal 7cc. You damn right. You damn right. It might be a t-shirt that I bring in the spring. My dog Adrian Terry's in the building. Sweet James from Houston. What's good? I appreciate you, bro. I definitely appreciate you, man. When we gonna get that prison pizza? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that video for y'all because I've been talking about it. I've made mentions of the prison pizza a few times, but I haven't actually done the video yet. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how it's done, but I wish everybody could taste it. Pause. But I'm gonna show you how it's done, and perhaps you can put your own spin on it and do it yourself. Thank you, April. Bill Caven, my dog. What's good, Bill Caven? My dog James McIlvain. What's good with y'all? Let me put y'all down as I don't know if it's the same, if y'all still on the same line or whatever. But I put y'all down as a moderator, so anybody gets silly, y'all get them out of here. Now, if it's something that's on the borderline, as I told April, respectfully, just ask me, because sometimes people like to troll. I don't mind a little trolling. I don't. But if it's something that's just blatantly, out of the norm or whatever, so, man, get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? We don't got time for that. But it's still fairly early. Like I said, this is a pop-up live. I appreciate you all for chiming in. I know it'd be late, but I just get off work and I'll be like, you know what? I'm about to go live, man. Kick it with my peoples. We going live. One time for your mid-time. Now, the prison pizza, I've told it before, but it's made out, the crust is made out of noodles. Literally, not just noodles, but you take like a ramen noodles, crush it all the way down, like crush it down as fine as you can get it, right? Put it in a trash bag. like the little, obviously it's a clean trash bag, but you put it in a trash bag, like when you go into an office or somewhere and they got like the little clear trash bags or whatever, in the garbage cans, you put in a trash bag. You add whatever you're gonna add to your crust. Me, add a little seasoning, take some chips, hot Cheetos, cheese puffs, crush them down the same way I did the noodles, put it in the bag. Don't really put too much in there. Like I said, you already got your seasoning in there. And you add some water. You're not Bill Caven, not sure how to be a moderator. Sorry, my bad, bro. I thought James was with you. It's not too hard. Just if somebody gets like, I got April in the building, but if somebody gets like very, very disrespectful, there's a way that you can go in and just block them from the channel so they can't. But I know April got it, but I appreciate you. I got you down though as a moderator. So you add the water in the bag, and then you kind of just, you let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, but you pat it out, you know, every few minutes you just kind of pat it out or whatever. And those noodles with the water, oh, key element, you got to add crackers in there. I don't know what I'm thinking about. You got to add some crackers in there or whatever. Some people use bread, but you put the crackers in there because that makes the dough, if you will, stick together. Like I said, after about 10-15 minutes or whatever, it's ready. You bring it out of the bag. It looks like Play-Doh, like a big old chunk of Play-Doh. Pat it out. Take the microwave plate. It's in the, you know, microwave. Take one of those clear trash bags that I've already mentioned. You put it over the plate because you don't want to just put your food on a plate. You know what I mean? On a dirty plate. So you put tear a piece off or whatever, and it covers the plate up. Microwave plate. Pat the pizza out to where it's circular, like a pizza. Put it in there about 4 minutes. Take it out, rotate it, make sure you check it, you pat on it, you know, make sure that it's cooking, make sure that everything's sticking together. That's why those crackers are key elements. I would always cook mine for about maybe 10 minutes. Once I got the 10 minutes out of the way, now the crust is all stuck together. Pull it back out of the microwave. Put your cheese. They sell cups of cheese in prison, so what I would do is I would put some water in the cheese, called busting it down. Put the water in the cheese to it. It's kind of runny a little bit, just a little bit. Spread your cheese on the crust. I always did the barbecue pizzas. They got pizza sauce, but I ain't really like the pizza sauce. Put the barbecue sauce on the pizza. And then whatever else, your choice of toppings. You got pepperoni, summer sausages, you got regular sausage, you got, I've seen people, I've done it before, put tuna on pizza. Just depends on what you want. Get your onions, your peppers, whatever goes on top of a pizza, especially in prison. Put it back in there for another 4 or 5 minutes. Check on it after about, I don't know, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. By the time you take it out, it's ready to go. You take your little cutter, because you don't have any knives in prison, but you can get your like a little cutter, or you can use the top of a lid from like a canned good or something like that, and you cut it. And once you cut it up, it's ready to go. I would always cut mine into squares. And yeah, it's ready to go. And I'm telling you, it's delicious. People used to try to pay me. People used to pay me to make them a pizza, but it just wasn't one of those things I did on a regular basis. But if I was in prison and I was messed around and I ain't have nothing, I ain't had no money, guess what? I'd be making people pizzas, man. There's other things I know how to make just as well, but delicious. I'm talking about, man, we used to smash in pizzas. High in sodium, not the healthiest things in the world. But it's a beautiful thing when it's done right. I appreciate y'all just rocking with me tonight, man. Y'all can ask me whatever you want to ask me. It's a Q&A session. I don't have anything in particular that I, want to specifically talk about, but I will talk about anything that, for the most part, doing things for others is the best feeling ever. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta help people in this life, man. One thing I can't stand is a selfish individual. And I understand we all go through things, and sometimes things have happened in your life to where you just like, you know what? I ain't doing this for anybody else ever again, because the last time I did this, I got burned. The time before I did that, I got burned. So I understand individuals that don't really want to. I don't understand it, but I understand their, I guess, way of thinking, mentality, or whatever. But you must help others, because that's how you get your blessings, man. There's a lady that does, she's a preacher, Joyce Meyer. Most people are familiar with Joyce Meyer. And she talked about how she was in church one time, and a lady was really, really giving compliments about this red dress that she had on. Ironic, a red dress in church. And she just kept on complimenting it. And Joyce said she got home, she was talking to her husband, and she was like, you know what, I want to do something for this lady. Maybe she don't have a lot. I don't know her financial situation. So she goes into her closet and she grabs a bunch of dresses, like 10 dresses that she doesn't wear whatsoever. And her husband says to her, baby, why don't you just give her the red dress? If you want to include these other dresses as well, cool, but why don't you give her the red dress? She was like, are you crazy? This is my favorite dress. You know how much money this costs? This is Joyce talking. You know how much money this costs? I'm not going to give her this red dress. So what's the use of giving her these other dresses that you don't care anything about? And it made her think. She seen what her husband was saying, her significant other, and she said, rather, you know what? You're right. And the next day that she seen her, or the next time that she seen her, she gave her that red dress. So I say this to say this. Sometimes when we give to people, it's a great gesture, because we don't have to give anybody anything. But think about it. I want y'all to really, really think about this. If I got $1,000 to my name, I got $1,000. And somebody comes to me and they ask me for 25 cents, 50 cents. No big deal. $2 or $3, no big deal. $10, $20, a little bit bigger deal, but no big deal in the major scheme of things. You're not gonna miss it. What if somebody needs $100, $200? Now, I'm not saying just give your last to any and everybody. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, when you give to somebody and you feel the impact, that's when you're truly giving. If I got $1,000 and you ask me for 5 cents, that's not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be impacted by that whatsoever. 25 cents. Blessings come back in abundance. That's how I live. I'm still waiting on my blessing, but guess what? I'm blessed every day because I wake up. Every day that I wake up, I'm blessed. But I know that my time is coming. I'm going to be blessed, man. And I help people all the time, not to be on here trying to, I just believe in helping people. Queasy floating, hold on, what is that? Queasy floating 5662. Big dog, do you think Mark Lamore is a bandit? For y'all that are not familiar, you can Google Mark Lamore. I want to say he's out of Arkansas. He was working with Dante, the Dante Show Network. I'm not sure what they got going on. I need to call Dante. Shout out to Dante. He might pop up. For once in a while, he'll pop up on my live. But I know they was kind of going back and forth last time I seen. But this dude did a documentary kind of like Fleece Johnson. See, these dudes be in prison, right? And these prisons allow these camera crews to come in. They probably charge them so much money. You best believe the prison's making something off of it. So they get your roughest and toughest inmates. And it's supposed to be, I don't know if it's like a scared straight program or I don't know, but got Mark Lamore and he's showing like how he was in prison and he was basically graping dudes. You gonna get down or lay down, you gonna get down, whatever the case may be, but we gonna do it. Like Fleet said, the easy way, the hard way. So I can believe when he comes back and retracts his story as far as when he says this was strictly for the cameras. Because in the Mark Lamore story, Lamarck Moore rather, you would literally see him walking in an open dorm like an army barracks, walking to their bed, and they have sheets hanging up, just like a privacy sheet. And you would see him go behind the sheets with, whoever he was going behind the sheets with. So you know that that's scripted. You know that that's for TV. But the thing about it, when the cameras are not on, is it real? I don't like to judge anybody. I try my best to not judge anybody because I don't know if it was real or not. I didn't do time with these guys. I've heard stories about Fleece Johnson. Heard stories about Lamarck Moore. But for me to be able to say if it was real, I would tend to believe that it's somewhat real. See, in prison, you can do what's called Cali in the building. What's good, OG Bobby Johnson, 1886. See, in prison, you can soft press an individual. You don't got to just go up to him and just take it. You shouldn't do either. But you can soft press an individual. All type of game that they run in prison. And as soon as you get a person in a little bit of debt, or you let them use your radio, your CD player, your TV when you're not in the cell, and you come back and you tell them that they broke it, knowing that they didn't break it. Guess what? Then they have a decision to make. Oh, you could pay me back, but you can pay me back with this, or you could pay me back with your life. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is in prison. You got to be careful who you associate with, who you hang around with, who you deal with, because it's a dog-eat-dog type of world, society. You're a man or you're a mouse. And they definitely will. Y'all double tap that screen, man. So get my likes up. Get the people, so people know that I'm live. You'll definitely get chewed up in prison if you're not aware. Keep your head on a swivel. And even if you are aware and you keep your head on a swivel, somebody can still do you something in there, harm you. I've seen it many times. Hey, Kenz, man, if I go to prison, man, hopefully I don't, but if I go to prison, you think I'll be okay if I don't bother anybody, if I don't? That's one of those questions where it's hard to truthfully answer. There are gangs in prison. You got sets, you got cliques, you got crews, you got people that their family don't send them nothing. They don't send them anything. So if people gonna sit back and watch you, they're gonna peep your stilo. That's what we got. They're gonna peep your stilo. Urban Dictionary, they're gonna observe. You going to the commissary every week. Now you go commissary every day, but when I first came into the system, you had your certain day. Your dorm went on, let's just say, Tuesdays. You got to wait a whole week. So you ran out of something, or you forgot something, or your money didn't come. Whatever the case may be, you got to go another week before you get your commissary. But now, you can go commissary every day, at least Monday through Friday. And I'm in Kentucky. In the state. I'm not talking about the feds. I'm in the state. Sorry for the low response on this thread. Man, don't worry about it, Bill. See, the thing about a thread is this. The thing about a live after the live is over with, this will be uploaded as a regular video, so people see it. It's just late. A lot of people end up seeing this video, so we ain't tripping. We here for the people that want to be here or can be here. People, they watching and they're seeing that you're going to the commissary. Now here it is. I got to keep going to the chow hall. I've never done anything of the sorts. Here it is. I got to go to the chow hall at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. They're going to make it sound good on the menu. Grits, eggs, toast, coffee. Man, you get down there, yeah, you got grits. Might have some cheese in it. Scrambled eggs. Get your coffee. Hard piece of cornbread or whatever. That's the breakfast. I don't even like grits. Cream of wheat. I don't like none of that. That's your breakfast. Go to lunch at about 11:15, 11:30. I say about 11:15. Some days you got good lunch. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit on here and act as though, but some days you got, chicken patties or hamburgers or hot dogs and potato tots and taco salads or regular soft tacos, pizza. But oftentimes it's not going to be that. You got beans. Same cornbread they served you for breakfast. Coleslaw, maybe a cookie. It's gonna be your lunch. The food is so nasty in prison. Now it's a lot better in prison opposed to the county jail. But if you sitting in there and nobody's sending you any money, you're gonna be messed around. But guess what? The choices we make, don't nobody owe us nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody owes nothing. You out here on these streets and you getting it. You got to put that money up. You got to, if you grinding, man, you got to save your money. You don't need it for a lawyer. You don't need it for bills. You're gonna need it to get on the phone. It costs money to get on the phone in jail. I believe they make the food so nasty to where you damn near forced to spend your money at the commissary. The food is gross, man. Like I said, you got certain days where it's all right, it's decent. It's decent. But for the most part, food ain't nothing, man. Stay out of prison. You ain't got to worry about going to the chow hall and things of that nature. How long have you been working at Papa John's, says Bill Caven? About 5 years. It's coming up on 5 years. I want to say this month. This month or next month. I'll get a plaque. They'll let me know, but about 5 years. Mark stole $7,000 from Dante's grandma and gave Dante 3 of it because Dante told him about it. Huh? $7,000 from Dante's grandma. I don't know anything of the sort. So I'm not saying that he didn't, but I know that they was having a falling out last time I talked to him. But I talked to you, Bill. Appreciate you chiming in, bro. You know what I mean? I know it's late. Holla at me. He stole 5. I don't know. Is that allegedly? We're gonna say allegedly. But I don't know anything about Dante stealing any money. Dante make plenty of money not to be on here telling his business. So peace out, man. I mean, Dante said it on live. I'm gonna have to chime in over there. I ain't been over there in a minute, but I'm gonna have to chime in because Dante make plenty of money, man. And the thing about Dante, he'll tell you, he's an entertainer. Anything to make the people watch. So, eating on my healthy peanut butter. I've been on my diet tip lately. Although this weekend wasn't a good weekend for me. But yeah. I'm gonna have to holler at Dante from the Dante Show Network. Anything to make the people watch. Dante's gonna say it. But I'm quite sure that Dante didn't take no money from his grandmother. Dante makes nice money just on YouTube. We ain't even talking about outside of YouTube. A lot of people, they don't understand the business part of this. It's a business. Bradley, what's good, bro? YouTube is a business. Most people feel like whatever I gotta say on here to get the people coming back, that's what I'm gonna do. It's just a form of entertainment. Maybe that's why my channel's lagging like that. It's hard for me to just jump on here and make up stories. But I don't know. You start seeing them $15,000 YouTube checks every month, probably what John Trey is seeing. You probably understand a lot more about why people make longer videos on YouTube. Why people come with crazy thumbnails, crazy titles. Because it's a form of entertainment. When I do 30 minutes or better, I really do it for the people that like the longer videos. People working, the longer shifts at work. The people that's trying to go to sleep at night and they need something to listen to fall asleep, not to suggest that I'm boring or anything. But such as myself, I go to sleep every night watching YouTube. Not myself. I never listen to or watch my videos for what? I'm around me every day. But I prefer the longer videos. But again, I'm going to start to implement other videos because Merlin's in the building. William Bonnie, 1645. Appreciate you chiming in. I'm going to start to implement the 12, 13, 14 minute videos because I have to start looking at it more from a business aspect. Y'all rock with me, and I appreciate everybody. Everybody don't want to sit down and watch a 40-minute video, 30-minute video. They don't. Life is about staying ahead of the curve. Staying ahead of the time. So you have to realize, like, okay, if not to suggest that what I'm doing is not working, but it's just not growing the way that I need for it to grow. So I'm going to continue to do my, 30 minutes or better. And throughout the day, you might see 4 or 5 videos or 3 or 4 videos that are 13 minutes, 12 minutes. Again, everybody don't want to sit down and watch a 40-minute video, 35-minute video. They just don't. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, James Alexander, 7583. I appreciate you 30 minutes or better. Yeah. I definitely appreciate it. A lot of people do. I have people that hit me up, literally hit me up. And this touches my soul. They're on dialysis. And they tell me that, it's a major blessing to be able to log onto a YouTube channel and listen to a story that's almost an hour long. And then after that, they can listen to another one. And then sometimes another one. And there's plentiful, so many different stories. And then you look up, their session is over with. So I do it for those people. I don't want to imagine having to go through the things that they have to endure. Being hooked to a machine that's literally keeping you alive. But at the same time, if I can offer some sort of enjoyment, peace, or anything that's going to take your mind away from what you're having to endure and go through, That's a great feeling to know. So my long-term videos will always be here. But to really, really grow the channel, I'm gonna have to start adding to the equation, changing a couple things up. You know, truck drivers, as I already mentioned, taking these long trips. Probably want to pass out half the time. Not half the time, but you know what I mean. You get tiresome being on that road like that. You're able to just pop in one of my, or listen to one of my videos. And, man, you listen to another one, then you listen to another one. Then it helps you to really, really get through the night, get through your trip, get to your destination. And so I always will appreciate you all for rocking with me. And I'm going to continue to do the same. I don't care if I had $1 million, if 100 million fell out of the sky. I would never stop doing my YouTube. Because it's just as much as I may help others, this helps me. This is a form of, and I've said it before, like this is a form of therapy for me. Like, because when you look back on life and you think about what should have been, what could have been, how it's supposed to be, and it's not probably ever gonna really be that, as far as, well, it's not gonna be the way that you thought that it was gonna be. It's a daily battle. It's a daily struggle. Sometimes just to get out of the bed. Sometimes just to make it through a day. You might look at a person and they're joking and laughing all of the time, but you don't even know what that person is enduring. You don't even know what that person is going through. And so when you're doing these YouTube channels, you got to be strong, because you can't get on here crying and, you know, complaining, and because you want to uplift the people. You want the people to be inspired by you, your words of encouragement, knowing that you was at the bottom of the burrow, and somehow, some way, you was able to climb your way up out of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I do it for. James Alexander says, I'm in the hospital 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and you get me through the night, Kenz. Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Actually, it's James W. Alexander, 7583. Working them 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts sometimes. I could imagine that sometimes the shifts, you fly through them. And then there's times where you just like, I just don't want to be here, man. Nothing you're doing is it feels as though you've been there 5 or 6 hours and you've only been there for a couple hours. Nothing is working. Let me check this dude out, man. I see him on here all the time, man. I ain't never really watched him, but I keep seeing Real Kenz TV. His thumbnail keeps coming. Let me check out another video. Can't necessarily say I like it yet, but let me check out another video. I definitely appreciate you, James. I'm off tonight watching Real Kenz TV. I definitely appreciate it. Let me check out another video. Yeah, man, I kind of like this guy. Let me tell y'all something, man. I talked about it in my last live, how frustrating it gets at times. Whenever you're trying to do something in life and you're watching, it's like they tell you, okay, just focus on yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. Just focus on yourself. But anybody that has eyes, you're going to be watching other individuals that's in the same lane that you're in. Now, I don't just specifically go and watch and how many views this guy got, how many subscribers does this person have. But if you're watching videos, you're going to notice. There was a point in time my subs was just going up like that. And it's really, really, really slowed down so much. So much to the point to where I've never thought about giving up or quitting because it's hard as hell on YouTube. I want y'all to know, for the wise guys, figuratively speaking, that want to jump in my comments, hey Kenz, you ain't got over 15,000 yet. You've been stuck at 14,000 for a year. I see the comments. I read every comment. I want y'all to know how difficult it is to get 1,000 subscribers. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers just to get monetized, where you start making money. But not just 1,000 subscribers, you gotta have over 4,000 watched hours, not minutes, hours. Minutes is 60 minutes. You know, well, an hour is 60 minutes in an hour. You gotta have over 4,000. So you'll multiply 4,000 times 60, and that's the amount of minutes that you would get. What is that, 240,000 minutes that people have watched your channel. My dog's in the building. Shout out to the Bronx. Dreams 392, getting that money. Shout out to the Bronx, man, New York. That's what it takes to get monetized on YouTube. Doing my 12-hour shift and DoorDash at the same time. Best thing about working dolo, absolutely. Salute to you, man. Got to get that bread. It ain't gonna fall out of the sky. That's what we were just talking about before you logged on. Money don't just fall out of the sky. You got to go out there and you got to get it if you really want it, and you got to save it and invest it, and not necessarily save it, put something to the side, but figure out a way to invest it so that money can make you more money, and then eventually you know, we don't have to do these things. But YouTube is always going to be a part of my life. But as I was saying, you see all of these other channels just growing, and it's like, man, why can't, like, what is YouTube got a problem with me? These are the things that you start to question yourself, man. You know what I mean? Bobby Johnson, 1886. My homie. Oh, my bad. Man, homie, you get me through a lot of 10-hour shifts driving my bus around LAX, the West Coast. Appreciate you, bro. Man, I appreciate y'all too, man. I appreciate the West Coast. I appreciate everybody. The East Coast, the Midwest, the South. Everybody. Thank you, man. I definitely do. Realest YouTuber right here. Thank you. Thank you, Dreams. But like I was saying, you try not to look at everybody else's numbers, but you see them, and it's like, man, dog, why is my channel not at least 30,000? Like, I feel like I should be at double where I'm at right now. But then you got to think about life and how life really, really, truly works. We all feel as though we should be at a certain spot, a certain place, pinnacle, whatever. And sometimes it's not up to us. Just continue to put in the work. Because I know, not trying to sound cocky or arrogant or anything of the sort, but I know that if it was a situation where it was fair and you said, okay, you take X amount of, YouTubers or whatever, 20 YouTubers, and they all had a equal opportunity to be in front of 1 million people. I'm not going to say I'll be first. I'm not going to say I'll be second. But what I will tell you is that people are people everywhere you go. And people tell me that they rock with me or whatever, so I know that I would fare well. I would fare well. Just my break ain't came yet. I don't know when it's coming. Maybe it's not meant for me at this particular moment. My time ain't really came to shine, but I'm shining now. I got almost 15,000 people, man. It's beautiful. So again, I can't compare myself to a Jay Williams or to a Big Hurt. These guys got 400,000 and 500,000 subscribers, or nearly, 400,000, like, or Dante from the Dante Show. They've been doing it a lot longer. We got in at the right time. Jay will tell you. Jay Williams told me out of his mouth, man. I got in at the right time during COVID and everybody was at home. But to me, he's the coldest to do it whenever he got in. Salute. Shout out to Jay Williams. He's the coldest to do it whenever he started it. But it's hard to grow your YouTube channel, but it's like anything else is a business. You can't get over here and cry about it. If you trying to start a business out there, or you have started a business and things are not going the way that you feel as though they should have been going, man, just grind, man. Work harder. Grind harder. Grind harder. You know what I mean? East Vinland, not Vinland, as you'd say. What's good, bro? I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna get it right. East Vinland, not Vinland. But YouTube is a business just as well, so you know, you just got to grind, man. And that's just what I tell myself. I don't get frustrated. I get frustrated, but I don't allow it to deter, you know, what I'm attempting to do. It's difficult. It is. I won't lie to you. Life is difficult. It can be. But it can also be enjoyable. You get fulfillment out of life. Some days chicken, some days feathers. Try to encourage everybody to just keep striving, just whatever you're going through, man. And we all going through something. Everybody, trust me. I don't care what. Appreciate that, James. I don't people look on social media and it's like, oh man, this person has this person has that. I want y'all to think about something, and please, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but this was something that I was thinking about because I'm a big sports fan. And I'm looking at an individual like Kobe Bryant. I'm looking at an individual that a lot of people have him in the top 5, top 10 basketball players ever. Let's just say top 10. 5 championships, MVP, all the all-star game appearances, accolades, known all over the world, China. Got a wife, kids, seem to just be living this great, great life. And I'm sure that he respectfully, he was. But in his 40s, I don't even know exactly how old Kobe was, but I know that he was in his early 40s. When this happened, in 2020? Been 6 years. And he's no longer with us. I want people to really, really think about that. There's people that's Kobe probably would have been, like I said, I don't know his exact age. Kobe came into the league in 96. Him and Allen Iverson came in the league together. Stephon Marbury, Antoine Walker. If you know anything about sports, these names you definitely would know. So let's just say, I know he was 17 when he originally came out of high school. So let's just say he came into the league at 18 in 96. Is it 30 years ago? Kobe would have been 48 this year. And he's not with us. Had everything. 48 in August. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Adrian Terry, appreciate it. Appreciate that, bro. Everything he would have had. Everything that he did have, rather. But you have an opportunity and you got 300-400 million. And they tell you your life is going to be gone right now. No, you can give up all this money. You keep your name, you can give up all this money. Guess what you're going to do? Forget that money. I got my name. Okay, it was 2019. Okay, my bad. I knew it was 2019, right around in there. I got my name. I can always make more money. Got to cherish the fact that when we wake up in the morning, because you got an opportunity to do it all over again. Even if you don't see that hope, or you don't know exactly how you're going to do it, you have an opportunity, especially with the internet. I'm not going to say that it's easy, but you have a opportunity. You know, they look at Floyd Mayweather and they say he's broke. Nobody said anything but 50 Cent and other people just assuming because he's coming back to boxing that he's broke. First of all, Floyd's broke is definitely not our broke. Floyd is probably looking at his situation. Just me guessing. He's probably looking at his situation and he's like, well, because when you make investments, guess what? That costs money, right? That money don't just come right back. It ain't the dope game. It ain't you putting your money out in the streets and then it comes right back. Nah, I might have to put this money up. Yeah, you use bank loans and stuff like that, but you're still going to have to use some of your money at some point. So you're putting all this money up into these investments and you get to looking at your money and it's like, I'm used to being here. I'm used to having 300 million over here or 200 million, but now I look up. I'm down to about 60, 70 million. See, this is, in my opinion, this is Floyd's way of thinking. I can't fathom these numbers, but this is just an analogy. It's a hypothesis. I got 70, 80 million, 60 million, 40 million, whatever. I got these investments over here, but again, it takes time. I could jump in the ring with Mike Tyson on some BS exhibition. I don't know what he's going to make against Mike Tyson, but I would say that it's got to be 50 million, every bit of 50 million. Every bit of 50 million. And that's on a low end. I'm really thinking about 100. I could jump in the ring with Tyson in April. Then I'm going over to, I think, Europe or somewhere. He's fighting a kickboxing champion over there somewhere. Probably pick up a cool 10, 15, 20 million. And then the rematch in September, I'm fighting Pacquiao. He made 300 million the first time he fought him. It's not an exhibition match. This is a real live boxing match. Sanctioned. Probably gonna make another few hundred million. So we must be careful when we call an individual broke, because you may be running out of money, actual money, coin, capital, cash, liquid, whatever you want to base it on, if you will. But if you have a name, such as Floyd Mayweather, can you ever really go broke unless he's just too old to where he can't really physically box anymore? This dude can probably make 500 million by the end of the year. But you got people, you got haters that's going around talking about, man, Floyd's broke, man, 50 Cent, and Floyd's broke. Might be. I don't think he's broke. Maybe just getting a little low on cash. But I can go make me a cool 400-500 million. Some of the mistakes that I made last time, we're going to correct those things and do it this way this time. And I'm right back. I say all of that to say, and I'm equating it to, don't worry about how much money you got. Build your name. Build your name. Let's just say real Kenz, let's just say I blew up and my name was worth, a few million or whatever. Then I blow all my money or whatever. Guess what? I still have a name. Louisiana's in the building. I appreciate. Who's that? Tamiko Shepherd, 2183. I appreciate it. Louisiana's in the house. Is that 504? That 504. I ain't made my way to Louisiana, but I definitely want to get there. I've never been, but it's on my bucket list of places to go. Terry Campbell, when is a NRE story coming? I don't know what NRE means, bro. Could you let me know? NRE. Dillon, South Carolina in the building. I appreciate you. But yeah, don't worry about how much money you got, man. Just build yourself up. New story. Actually, that's a great question. I got a story I've been trying to upload since I've been away from the house. I've been at work. I've been trying to upload this story for 7 hours. That's another frustrating thing about YouTube. And again, you try not to complain. If you're not around some solid Wi-Fi, it's going to take a minute. So now, once I get home, I have an option. Upload the story at midnight, 12:30 a.m. It's 10:54 where I'm at now. Or wait until the morning, about 9 o'clock to upload it. It's very, very frustrating when you've paid you're supposed to have unlimited high speed and you upload a video and it gets all the way, because it's like a little circle, and it tells you how long you have left to for your video to upload, and it'll say 6 minutes remaining, but it'll say that for 4 or 5 hours. So what I think I'm gonna do, that's one of the reasons I went live tonight. What I think I'm gonna do is, in the morning, I'll just have it scheduled to go at about 9 a.m. I mean, you can't control the internet, you know what I mean? I hate it. I had you scared. You was scaring me, kids. You was scaring me. Now, I'm definitely out. I did a video earlier today. About 40 minutes long, 42 minutes. Nice story. Then again, I might upload it when I get home. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. But it'll definitely be out tomorrow. Work on your name, man. Anybody that's trying to do something, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Work on having a good reputation. Just work on your name. It means more than the money. I promise you. All the people that's hating on Floyd Mayweather because he's going to go make another bag, you trust and believe. If they could go and make a cool $400 million within, what is this, March already? Within the next 6 months, you think they wouldn't do it? They definitely would. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Maybe I could interview him one day. You know, Floyd, from what I understand, man, he gives small channels a chance. Like, he'll rock with you, man. Don't matter if you're a big channel, smaller channel, he'll rock with you, man. Very, very down to earth from what I've been able to understand. So, shout out to him, man. Get that money. But integrity. It's all about integrity. That's where 50 Cent has gone wrong. 50 Cent is like, in my opinion, he's just digging his grave deeper and deeper and deeper. And when they get him, they gonna get him. Now, I'm figuratively speaking. But when they get 50, he's done, man. This dude has just disrespected so many people. It's beyond trolling. It's beyond trolling. You talking about some major figures in the game that you've talked bad about. You talking bad about Oprah. You talk bad about Diddy. You didn't try to have Diddy buried. Diddy, this man was fighting for his life, man. And you coming out with a documentary? Talking about you gonna do one next on Jay-Z. Like, these are some powerful people that you're going at. I'm not sitting here acting as though Diddy was a innocent figure, as though Diddy didn't deserve a lot of the things that he's getting. But to kick a man when he's down like that, and especially on some bogus charge, he beat that girl up. He deserved to do some time. He deserved to lose a couple $100 million, $150 million, how much he lost. He deserved the public ridicule. He deserved the embarrassment. He deserved all of that. But what he didn't deserve was a life sentence. Diddy wasn't no criminal like that. But you got the guy like 50 Cent, man, and he's relentless. He's relentless. And it's only a matter of time before they dig up that dirt, because you best believe nobody walking the face of this earth is perfect, has been perfect. We may have gotten better opposed to how we were at one point. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has some dirt that they don't want to come out. And you ruffling all of these feathers, right? All of these feathers that you ruffling, you think these guys are not gonna get together? Hey, could y'all get this idiot out of here? He didn't want to stay long anyway. I don't know if you're on here, April, but if you're not, don't worry about it. I got him. Weirdo. But you're ruffling all these feathers with some heavy hitters, and they getting together and they having these meetings. No phones, no videos, nothing. And they gonna get 50 Cent out of here. I'm not wishing it on anybody. I'm not, because he travels smart. He got security with him at all time. Ex-Marines, FBI. He ain't just rocking with the hood dudes. He got, But don't be surprised if 50 Cent don't wake up one morning, or something just happens to him that just seems miraculous. Like, dang, how'd that happen? Too many enemies. He looks at it as joking and playing online and trolling. Man, 50 got enemies. Got dudes like Rick Ross, allegedly. It's just my opinion. I don't know Rick Ross. I don't know none of these guys, so I'm just giving my opinion. Rick Ross, obviously Ja Rule, T.I. now. There's a plethora of other individuals. And they want to see this dude in a box. They want to see him in a box. My opinion. And at some point, when you continue to do these things and talk about people the way that he's talking about them, it's gonna happen. Don't worry about it, April. I got him out here. Oh, it's getting late. It's getting late. Why you gotta be here beside me? But yeah, 50, man. But he obviously he don't care. He don't care. So that's what I think is going on with him. Somebody had asked me about P. Diddy. They said his release date is going down. His release date is going down because it just goes to show that people talk and they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, P. Diddy's release date is down to 2028 because you get good time in the feds. When you're in jail, you get good time. Now, in the feds, you used to not get that much good time because you got to do 85% of your time. But now you can take classes in the feds. I don't know exactly what good time that they get, but in the state, you get 90 days every time you complete a program. So when you complete that program, your good time is going to continuously go down because you're completing programs. So if P. Diddy's release date is April of 28, is what they were saying. He's in a drug program right now called the RDAP program. He's been in it since October, November. 9-month program. 9 to 12 months. Typically it takes 9 months. Just say November. He'll be done with that program in August. Once he's done with the program, Got about 2 years left right now, roughly. August is what? Another 6 months? 5 months? What are we in, March? 5 months right now. That'll take him down about a year and a half. They're going to give him another year off for completing the program. That'll take him down to about 6 months. A lot of times, you can do other programs while you're in one program. Then he'll be home, and even if he doesn't win his appeal, then he'll be home in August. Somewhere right around in there. So these people that put this information out there, yeah, it's true. Maybe his release date did go down, but they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. I think he personally gonna beat it on appeal, but if he don't, he'll still be home in August. And let's just see what happens, man. But I know 50 Cent, man, he's just a, I don't know. I don't, maybe he feels as though he's untouchable. I don't know. Y'all ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. This is a Q&A. I know I just been talking, but some of the questions that I'm addressing is the people that have sent me emails. RealKenzTV at Yahoo. RealKenzTV at Yahoo. And I recall looking at a lot of the emails, and I'm like, okay, I didn't get to answer this, and this. So it's so much that I can't answer. So I try to think about it when I'm going live, and I'm like, you know what? It's a great time for me to address this. Somebody asked me about the Joseph Hunter dude, and I've talked about this the last few times I've gone live. He's the one up in Ohio that beat the correction officer pretty bad. People's calling for an interview, but I reached out to him. He got back with me, but it was brief. I think that they keep him locked down so much, he probably not getting his rec half the time. He's up at Ohio State Penitentiary, and he's on lockdown for real. Just imagine, he done assaulted 2 of the officers, female officers. If you haven't seen the story, just Google Joseph Hunter, Ohio Department of Corrections. Being that he's done such a horrific act to 2 of their comrades, if you will, they're probably not really being very, very fair to him right now. You mentioned them, but that is it. Mention who? I'm lost. I know eventually he's gonna get back with me, and this interview will happen. I'm about to start doing interviews. I got an individual right now. I got an interview right now with a guy, and he was literally on death row. Kentucky Department of Corrections, Eddyville. It's the home of death row. Eddyville, Kentucky. That's where Fleece Johnson did the majority of his time at. Allegedly. It was an unaliving that went on some years ago in the 90s. And allegedly he was the one that was behind it all. The mastermind, again, allegedly. The individual that actually did the unaliving gets caught up. As they typically do, he tells the police everything. They come and get my dude that I'm about to interview. Goes to trial with it. The dude that did the actual unaliving gets a life sentence. The dude that allegedly set the whole thing up gets the death penalty. Kentucky has the death penalty. Death row, man. A young man at the time. He's in his 50s now. So just imagine at this particular time, he's young. Fights. A lot of times in prison, you'll see guys at the law library. They're not on the basketball court. They're not playing dominoes. They're not playing poker. They're not playing chess. Every once in a while, they might go out there, handball, softball, get their exercise or whatever, but they're in that law library. Even though they have lawyers on the outside fighting for them, nah, man. Because, see, I'm going to really put in the time. So you don't have to be a lawyer to learn how to break down your case, to shepherdize your case. There's a lot of people in prison that know how to do a lot of different things. You'd be like, man, how are these guys able to do this? See, a lawyer's not going to break your case down and look at your case for 10 hours a day, but an inmate will. Inmate will look at this case for 8, 9, 10 hours every single day. Lawyers going to give it to their paralegals and legal aids, and they're going to do all the work or whatever. And he was able to get his case back in court. Went from being on death row to just a regular, to a life sentence. Went from a life sentence without parole to a life sentence with parole. 30 years served. Wife, it wasn't his wife at the time when it happened, but his wife right now never left his side. With him right now to this day, never left his side. Man's out. He wants to do the interview. Daughter was unalived a little bit before he came home. All because she broke up with a dude and the dude didn't want to accept it and leave her alone. Unalived in front of a nightclub in front of everybody. No mask, no nothing on. Not that makes a difference, because you shouldn't do that, period. Had to deal with this. The hurt, the guilt. He's on. He's married. Has a successful business. A couple businesses. Non-profit organization where he goes around to schools. He talks to the youth, to the kids. His 2 grandsons that his daughter tragically left behind. He has custody of him and his wife, live with him, takes him to school every morning, has them participating in sports and just activities to keep those 2 young men out of the streets. That's going to be an interview that's coming. Beatrice Miller, 7443, what's good? I appreciate you. That's an interview that's coming. He's one of those type of individuals. My platform is so small at the time, he could go to the larger platforms and tell his story. And maybe he will. I don't know. I don't know what he wants to do. But we've definitely talked, and he's, whenever you ready, bro. That's what he's telling me. Whenever you ready. I'm ready whenever you ready. I already got the studio I'm going to do it in. This ain't going to be a car interview or anything like that. A professional interview. And hopefully I can enlighten the world of his story, of the things that he went through, the things that he endured, the things that, know what I mean? 30 years. I can't imagine being on death row just thinking that it was over with. It's over. It's over. I'm on death row. But he kept fighting. He kept believing. Higher power. And he was able to come up off of it. Dude that did the unalive been home. Yeah, he got life, but he didn't get life without parole. He been home. It's a dirty game, man. Living that life out here in these streets. That's what my story's about that you all see in the morning. Y'all make sure y'all check my video out in the morning. It'll definitely be uploaded. I just got to get to some Wi-Fi. Some stronger Wi-Fi. The dirty game, man. Ain't no loyalty in these streets. If you and a dude, y'all both doing dirt. You and a dude, y'all both doing dirt. Hold on, man. Y'all entertain each other for like 30 seconds because I got to go handle something. I'll be right back in 30 seconds. And we're back. Get the hand sanitizer out. Come on, Kenz, man. Gotta get my hand sanitizer out. But you out here and you doing your thing in these streets. And your partner get caught up. Seen it happen many, many times. Your partner get caught up. He don't want to go and do all that time. The people come to him and they say, listen, we don't even really want you like that. We want your mans. We want your mans. And I promise you, a dude told me right out of his mouth that he was going to tell on his partner. We in the county jail. Dude's a big time dope. I mean, he's a major figure in the game, man. Police finally get him. He's at the house in the living room. He's in the recliner chair. He knocked out. He telling me the whole story. He's showing me the transcripts, everything. Just jumped out. That's why you're the realest, Kenz. Just jumped out on us, man. When you got to go, you got to go. Try not to keep y'all waiting too long. There is a message. Like I said, this dude was a major figure. He's sitting in the living room. He's asleep. He said, Kenz, when I tell you the people was at my door with guns drawn, he said they used this little, they didn't kick the door in like you see on TV, like, boom, police word. No, they ain't do none of that. He said, it's broad daylight. He said, I ain't see nothing, but he was asleep. He said they got this little thing that they put in the door. Like in the you know, the doorknob or whatever. And it pops the lock open. And he said, man, he looked up and it was ATFs and all around him. Nevertheless, they found about $600,000 at his house. I'm seeing the paperwork. They found couple keys. He's done. They've been chasing him for a while. They had gotten him a couple times, but they never found anything major on him. So he'd get a small sentence, 6 years, 8 years. I don't want to undermine any time that you do is not good. But the fact that he escaped getting a life sentence or the feds or whatever, 8-year sentence, you do 20% of your time in Kentucky unless the feds get you. In this particular situations, the feds didn't get him. 17, 19 months, I think, before you go up for parole. And he made it back out. Dude had major money. But once they got him on this one, they had him. They had him. The thing that he dreaded the most, the Fed stepped in. Conspiracy. Organized crime. RICO. You can't beat your way out of this one, usually with the state. He gonna sit in the county, study the law books or whatever. When it's time to go to trial, he might end up taking a plea deal. 6 years, 8 years, like I said. Be home in a couple years. Not with the feds. Had a bad heart. Try to use that. Feds don't care nothing about your bad heart. We got medical facilities where that don't mean nothing. Cool Cat Wayness, what's good, bro? I appreciate you. Just chiming in. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you. He's calling people. Nobody will pick up his calls. He trying to get some money down there, like I said, to get his lawyer and everything paid. They done took 600 grand out of the dude's house plus his work. Got all type of money on the street. People owed him. Seized his crib. Seized all his jewelry, everything that he had in the house. All of that's seized. This is ours. This is us. It's cars. Yeah, he probably got some money, a couple of females' houses or whatever. Once they see that bro's knocked, they running off with that. The 40,000 here, 30,000. Now, this dude had money, man. Like, for real live money. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if he's in appeals court. I don't know. But if you from here or from the area, if you know, you know. Again, he's telling me all this stuff. I'm looking at his paperwork. Man told me, he said, man, I called my homie. Out of his mouth. I called my homie. I had to keep calling him before he answered the phone. Well, no cell phones in the county because we still in the county jail. He's going through the, he's just fighting the case and from the county jail. Hadn't been sentenced or anything. I finally got in touch with him and I tell him, hey, bro, I just take my lawyer 20 bands. And he said, I know he got it. So I know how he rolling. He rolling like I was rolling. 20,000 ain't nothing to you. Like the way that they was rolling, man, 20,000. At my heyday, I was at the casino. I was hitting them pretty good, and bro came to me and said, hey, bro, let me hold about 10. 10 what? Man, let me hold about 10,000. I got you when we get back to the city. Man, who's doing that? Who's doing that? For 10 bands? You think I'm going to just hand you 10,000? Man, I'm going to end up having to unalive you. 10,000? Nah, bro, I can't do it. Just let me hold 5, man. Let me hold, man, I can't do it, man. Somebody end up letting him hold. I guess he accumulated 5,000. He lost it in 2-3 hands, man. Boom, 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 he was done. Or 2-3 rolls. We was at the dice table. But that's just the way that he rolled. He had money. He had money. Somerset's in the building. What's good? Jesus is king. Absolutely. I ain't got no, I was rolling, but I ain't rolling like that. No $10,000, but nevertheless. I know dude got 20 bands. I told him, man, give my lawyer 20,000 and drop me 5 on my books, man. And just when I need you financially, time to time, just said that he was gonna do it. Kept calling his lawyer. Kept calling the lawyer. Kept calling the lawyer. Now, when you catch a federal case, they're gonna give you a lawyer, but you want to get you your lawyer of your choice. Kept telling him, man, the money's coming. The money's coming. And guess what? The turtle never showed up. The turtle never showed up that was carrying that money at 20,000. High off of VU 1285, my first live. What's good, man? I appreciate you, man. Salute. I appreciate you. I definitely do. So the lawyer had to withdraw from the case because nobody took him the $20,000 that he needed. Also, the $5,000 that dude was waiting on to be put on his account, it never arrived. The phone number that he was calling for his man's, all of a sudden just stopped working. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Dude is looking at all of this. Now you trying to convince me like I'm green or something, man. They don't really even want me like that. No, they want you. They want you. They've been trying to get you for years. They definitely want you. Because you was a big dog. Now you might not have been a big dog in comparison for, you know, where you was at up in Ohio and the places that you frequented. But down here, in this region, in this area, you a big dog. Y'all double tap that screen, as Miss April said. I appreciate y'all. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. Only way the people gonna know that I'm live. What I imagine had happened is that he went to the peoples. I don't even know if the people was trying to come to him. I think that he went to the people and was like, hey, look, man, what can y'all do for me? Y'all remember the scene on American Gangster? When he slid the coffee cup across the table to Richie. What can you promise me, Richie? I believe that's what bro did, or dude did. And he got down with them people. But he made it seem as though the reasoning was for, man, I'm calling people. They ain't answering my calls. Giving me the cold show. They ain't sent me a dime down here. So I'm about to roll over. You was going to roll over anyway. I don't know the scenario or the situation as far as health-wise. I know, like I said, he had a heart problem. But he gonna make it back out. I think they ended up giving him 20 years. I don't say they gave him about 20, 21, 22 years, somewhere right around in there. He been locked up for, I don't even know exactly how long, but I would say 10 now. He probably got another 3 or 4 years left, and then with his age and his heart problems, well, he'll be home in another, you know, few years. It's a dirty game, man. Ain't nobody holding you down when you get locked up. Here it is, you locked up. You thinking about your baby's mama. You thinking about your woman. How good she look. How thick she look. The things that she's doing to you in the bedroom. Let's be real. Things that she's doing to you in the bedroom. Now you gone. You looking at forever. And you thinking about these dudes that's gonna take your place. Because you can't do the things for her that you were doing beforehand. Can't sleep at night. Your mind's playing tricks on you. Every night I can't sleep. I toss and turn. This is how you really, really going to sleep. Because you're thinking about Jody being there with your woman, man. Thinking about how she used to have her climbing the walls. Now guess what? Somebody else is most likely has her climbing the walls. Maybe not at that particular juncture, but it will happen. You're trying to figure out how to get home the quickest way that you can get home. Fernando Miller Jr. 888 was good. Dope game is definitely a dirty game. Appreciate you, bro. You trying to figure out how you can possibly get home. So now you ready to work. But you try to justify it in your mind, man. Shoot, they ain't doing nothing for me. I got to think about me and my family. You want to think about you and your family when you was out there and you already was sitting on 4, 5, 600,000. And you could have taken that money. He told me, he said, bro, he almost had tears in his eyes. He didn't quite have tears, but he almost had tears in his eyes. So, oh my God. Ah man, Texas, Alabama says, Texas, Alabama boy 205 Kenz, get to the story. Motherfucker, ain't nobody come to see you chew ice. What's good, man? Just seen you was live. I already hit the like button. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Got a video dropping in the morning. Y'all be sure to check that out. Try to drop it 5, 6, 7 hours ago, but it wouldn't. Yeah, at least 7 hours ago. It wouldn't upload, but it'll be uploaded in the morning. Y'all check it out. But like I was saying, you thinking about all these things, man, and you like, nah, man, I got to get back out here, man. There's nobody that I know on this earth that's gonna, if they were locked up, serving a life sentence in the feds, that means a life is life. Life, 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 that type of life. Newsflash, Ray. We ain't never been best. We ain't never been friends. I just been stuck with you all these years. That type of life. And the people come to them and they say, listen, give me this information and you go home to your family. Or you do maybe another 5 years. You see, everybody wants to sit around and say what they would do. Nah, man, just give me, I'm a real nigga. Little Boosie. Little Boosie, I'm a real nigga. I ain't gonna say what you would and what you wouldn't do. Maybe you wouldn't. It's my personal belief that, and this is not just about, I'm just using him as an example. You got a chance to go home to your woman, your family, your kids. Man, you gone, man. Call me what you want to call me. Just don't call me collect. I'm not saying this is me. I'm saying this is the sentiment that a lot of people have. Anybody could say what they would do until that time comes to where there's no expiration date. Your expiration date is when you expire. And again, you start to tell yourself, man, they don't even want me like that. Better know what you're getting yourself into when you dealing with these streets, man. If you don't, gonna deal with the consequences. Even if you do, you subject to deal with the consequences. Most likely you are gonna deal with the consequences. This ain't TV. New Jack City. I ain't going down by myself. I'm taking everybody with me. This is bigger than Nino Brown. That's TV, man. That's TV. Now his actions when he did that, but he's the top of the food chain. Who we gonna tell on? Other than his connect, his plug. But you can't blame it on the people below you. Dope is such a dirty game. The streets is such a dirty game. And telling is part of it. That's what the average person is looking at. Look, man, let him go do this life sentence of his 40 years. I'm already 37, 38, 40, however old dudes are. You let them go do that time, man. I'm going home to my family. And that's how they play it. So you can think that you bigger than the program all you want. You can think that they'll never catch you. I got a partner. We real close now. We have a mutual partner. He's already in the penitentiary. He locked up right now in the penitentiary. He's 48, 49. Got caught up with a gun. He was already on parole. He gets caught with a gun. He don't go. He gets out on bond. He never goes back to court. Goes on a run for like 3 or 4 years. Stop reporting to his parole officer. Obviously, they finally catch him fighting the gun case. In addition to the gun case, you're dealing with the they charge him with bail jumping for not coming back to court. So now he's dealing with these 2 charges, in addition to being a parole violator. He ends up getting, I want to say, an additional 8-9 years on top of the time that he already had. In the meantime, his mother had gotten very, very sickly. It's only 2 of them. It was 3, but one of their brothers had passed away. They all close in age, 46, 48. Oldest brother was probably like 50, 51 would have been. The youngest brother, he's out, he's taking care of the mother. He done moved back home. He's doing everything that he can do to take care of the mother, but he's still in the streets. He's getting that money because he got to take care of his mother. Not to say that that's the only reason that he's in the streets, because he was in the streets probably because as he liked fast money, he wanted to be in the streets. But again, he's also doing for the mother, and he was a felon, but he hadn't been on no probation or parole. He had never been to the joint or nothing. I think he had been on probation before he walks that down, which means he completed it. Somebody sets him up one night. They catch him with some fentanyl, some H, over 5 pounds of marijuana. Take him to jail. Has to sit in jail for about a month. All the while the mother's health is deteriorating. A couple people in the family is trying to do what they can do to take care of her, but they just don't. They don't really have the time, I guess. I don't know, but nevertheless, he gets a lawyer. The lawyer convinces the judge, if he let him out, he's a caregiver for his mother. This is the reason by. Now, you can't say this is the reason why he was selling drugs because you're trying to beat the case, but, kind of read between the lines. This is why he was doing what he's doing. Judge feel compelled, let him out. It just happened. Well, the arrest didn't just happen, but I'll get to the story. Come on, Kenz. Come on, Kenz, man. They let him out. Gets right back to the game, right back to hustling. Is the only life we know, street life. So a lot of times people say, man, why would you go back to doing? Because when you get broke, when you get knocked off, police done found whatever they found on you. Got some work, some money. They might have went, kicked your door in, grabbed you, whatever. You got to get back on the grind, on the grizzy. I don't recommend that, but I'm just simply giving you all the frame of mind of a hustler. He's out. Like I said, he's back at it. He's making the money, taking care of his mother. He's back, in the house or whatever every day. About 3 months later, gets pulled over. They see he's on, pending case or whatever. Search the car, so they find a gun. Lock him up, take him back to the county jail. Felon in possession of a firearm. I think he had like a little work on him. And he got another case. They begging the judge to let him out. If you would just let him out. Jan, if you would just let him out so he can take care of his mother. About another month goes past, they reduce his bond. Pays that bond. Back out. He's still in the game, but he's being very, very cautious. But the thing about it, there's no such thing as being cautious. Because you don't even know who got you. That information is not disclosed until later on in the latter stages of, like, once you're about to go to trial or something like that. In your mind, you saying, okay, I know who got me, but you don't know who got you. You don't know who set you up. You don't know nothing. So you go right back out there and do the same thing because this lifestyle that you've I don't necessarily want to say afforded yourself, but like this is a lifestyle that you're used to. In your mind, you can't go get no job making $13, $14 an hour. I got too much to that's going on to be making $13, $14 an hour, and I gotta wait a week or two just to get my check. Nah, man, I need this money. Nigga, I'm used to making $500, $600 a day, nigga. This is the mentality. Criminal behavioral thinking is what they call it. He's back out there. He's doing well. He done had to go get him a job now. Although he's still in the game. Time comes to where he ends up taking a plea deal. It's up to the judge in Kentucky as far as how you get sentenced. On one count, they may have given him 5 years. On this count, they gave him 4 years. On this count, they gave him 2 years. The judge can run everything together for 5 years total and give him probation. Or a judge can say, no, I'm running this wild consecutive, which means, okay, I'm going to give you 5 years on this count, 3 on this count, but I'm going to run it wild for a total of 8. Then I'm going to give you 3 more over here, wild, for a total of 11. Then I'm going to give you 2 over here, a total of 13. Just depends on what the judge wants to do. He got his suit on. He got a bald head. He's about 6'3", 6'4", caramel complected dude. Had a big beard, but he got it trimmed up. You know, he's looking very, professional, if you will, in court. Mother's there. They had to wheel her in. She's in a wheelchair, man. They had to wheel her in. Your Honor, my client accepts full responsibility, accountability for his actions. He understands that his behavior was all the way out of line. That's how these lawyers talk, man. They spit like a Uzi in court in front of the judge. Client has had a job, Your Honor. Been volunteering at the local youth centers. You can see his mother, sickly. He's the only son out here. He's the only child. And he's doing everything that he can do, Your Honor. Some of his actions, some of the things that he was doing, while we don't want to make a mockery, if you will, of the court, Your Honor, lawyer has to tread lightly. A lot of the proceeds was going towards the care of his mother. It's in your typical case, Your Honor, to where, you know, he was just out here buying clothes and jewelry and Jordans, and now it's his turn to say something in front of the judge. So it's now it's his turn to say something in front of the judge. Pretty much says the same thing that the lawyer said. Your Honor, first of all, before I want to start off by thanking you, Your Honor. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here to speak with you. Had a whole lot of time to think and reflect, and my actions have caused so many people so many different, a multitude of people problems, and Your Honor, I take full accountability for my actions. No one made me do anything. Choices that I made have me here today. And he gets to talking about his kids, of course his mother, all the things that he plans to do if he's able to walk out of that courtroom. Because ultimately it's up to the judge that day. If the judge decides, okay, I'm feeling what you're talking about, then you can walk out of this courtroom. But if not, put your hands behind your back. You're going to be remanded. The same judge that already let him out on bond twice. Same judge that let you out, and then you turn around and did the same thing. I want y'all to put yourself in this situation for a second, man, and just think about this. You're in a situation where you can go away for some years. Even though in Kentucky you only do 20% of your time, but still, I don't even feel comfortable saying only. I don't even feel comfortable saying you do 20% of your time, because they don't guarantee that you're going to make parole. Just have an opportunity. And your mother's sitting, your kids are sitting there, and your mother's sitting there in a wheelchair, man. The kids are younger kids. They're not like, they're still in their teens. Who's gonna take care of your mother? If this judge decides that he's not gonna allow you to walk out of the courtroom. Like I said, he said everything that he was gonna say, and the judge, that's a lonely feeling. Being in that courtroom and it gets quiet. Your lawyer said what he's gonna say, or you say what you're gonna say, and the lawyer's looking down, and they have your whole criminal history, your whole file right there in front of them. It's quiet. Nobody's saying a word. Literally, you can hear a pin drop. Judge tells you, I understand situation is going on. Very, very serious situation. I appreciate the fact that your mother's here. I appreciate the fact that your family's here. You seem to have a very supportive family. Just spoken from your heart. I got your letter that you sent me. You hold the letter. I got your letter. That's what they do. I got your letter. Your heart's racing. You don't really know what to think because you listening. The judge seemed like he's really kind of, feeling you a little bit. Unfortunate situation. But me as and when you hear that, me as a officer of the courts, it's my job, it's my duty to look beyond, essentially saying look beyond all of these things and look at the facts. Hearts dropping, sinking. Because when he comes looking at the facts, and he just clearly said, okay, it's good that your family's here, your lawyer spoken well of you, you spoke well, you have people that wrote letters in your behalf, I got your letter. Beautiful mother, I must look at the facts. Yeah, rock with me, man. It's the realest. Man, I'm telling you, man. He was already a felon. It means you're on completing your probation. With Mr. Jones, it wasn't Jones, but was it Mr. Jones? That's how judges typically will address you. Didn't have any trouble for 7-8 years after that. Then you turn around and you were dealing fentanyl. You were dealing H. You had over 5 pounds of marijuana. I specifically remember talking to you, Mr. Jones. And it was one of those things to where I was wrestling back and forth if I was going to reduce your... They gave you a shot at the title. Now, the judge didn't say that, but it's basically what he meant. Only to make a mockery out of me. Ain't nothing you can say. You be wanting to say, but Yana, it wasn't even like that, Yana. It wasn't even like that. But you can't even say that. As much as you want to. Made a mockery of me in the courtroom, Mr. Jones. Because 6, 7 months later, you was right here back in front of me in this very courtroom with another case. Had a firearm, Mr. Jones. Knowing that you were prohibited to have this firearm, you still had one. And even with that, you wrote me letter after letter. And I let you back out so that you could tend to the affairs of your mother. It's a stern talk that a judge will give you. And here it is now, Mr. Jones. The judge is looking at you with his glasses down like this over his eyes. They sit high. They look low. Although they shouldn't, but that's how they look. Now, Mr. Jones, you ever had a judge have to face a judge? Mr. Jones, I gave you every opportunity in the world. I think Mr. Jones even failed a drug test while he was out on it was just marijuana, but nevertheless, that was one, stipulations. The judge brought that up. And as much as it pains my heart, I want to see your mother do well. But you left me no choice but to remand you to the Kentucky Department of Corrections. Could have given him 15 years, ended up giving him 12. Ran a couple of the counts consecutive because he was saying, being that you called a case out on probation, or out on bond rather, have no choice but to run him wild, and gave him 12 years, man. Mother's crying, she's hurt. Sad, both of her sons that she has left in the penitentiary. And it wasn't even a few weeks later, and she passed away, man. Some people say that it was because of a broken heart. I'm not a doctor, I don't know. But what I do know is this. I used to have the habit of saying, I'm the one in here doing all this time. What's everybody else tripping for? I'm the doing. No, but that couldn't be the furthest from the truth, because I'm gonna break it all the way down. See, yeah, you are the one physically in here doing the time, but your family and your people, your loved ones, your kids, everybody suffers. Why? Because you're not there. What's wifey gonna do? Your girlfriend gonna do? They say you really got somebody, your baby mama, or whatever, somebody's really, really in your corner. What are they supposed to do? They have to stop and put their lives on hold. They're watching their friends go out and do things, and holidays, Valentine's Day and Christmas, and a lot of people don't spend a lot of money on those things, the superficial holidays. But what I'm simply saying is, you're seeing these things. Your parents are getting older. They need you to do stuff around the house. Your kids are growing up. And here it is, you sitting in a penitentiary at 40-something years old. How do I know? Because that was me at a few times. I wasn't 40-something a few times, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. You sitting in a penitentiary at 40-something years old. Been hustling all these years. Let me give you a little news flash. You've been in the game for 20 years and you ain't got you a business and a house and you haven't gotten these things at this point. It's probably time to give it up, bro. Just my opinion on it. Oftentimes it hits you. When you're in the dope game, you can never really sleep easy. You can never really just be easy, because at any given time, that person's gonna come or could potentially come and set you up. Same person you've been dealing with all these years. I can't stand when I hear people say, nah, man, not me. I know something would, I would know when something is not right. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Now here it is, you 47, 48 years old, 45. Catch a case. Like I said, same scenario. You get out, try to get back, try to get your money back, catch another case. Then the feds come in and pick you up. That's a whole nother ball game when they come in. They subject hit you with being a career criminal if it's your third exact or a similar charge. Feds go by a point system. They don't go by if the judge feels compelled to. Nah, there's a system that there's a chart that they use. There's levels. And depending on your prior history, your prior charges or whatever, it may say, okay, this calls for, I have no choice but to give you between 120 months and 360 months. That's 10 years to 30 years, in which you're going to do 85% of that time. According to the guidelines, the sentencing guidelines. United States of America versus you. Whatever your last name is, United States of America versus your name. You got to go in there, plead, beg, cry, whatever. I heard judges saying, well, I didn't seen it. Not personally. Actually, I have seen it. I actually have seen it. All right? Since the crime now, Mr. Jones. Wipe those tears. Well, you had plenty of opportunities. Ain't no sense of crying now. You in your 40s, early 40s, mid 40s. Even if you were just 40. Judge looks you right in your eyes. Prosecutor's not on your side. You the man. You the dude that they really want. 360 months. Unless you great with math like I am, you can't even 360 months. You don't even know how much time they just gave you. You know it's a lot of time. But you're not even aware of the fact that he just gave you 30 years. 420 months. You're not even aware. You didn't just picked up, what's that, 35 years. I gotta do 35 years, 85% of this time before I get out. And I'm not eligible for too many of these classes because I had like a leadership role. The feds look at all of that stuff. Or it's violent. I'm 42 now. I've been here for 2 years fighting the case. I gotta do another 25 years before I even have a chance of getting out. I can promise you it's a situation. I don't know of anybody that wants to be in that situation. The way a lot of these youngsters is shooting up crowds and shooting at people, not necessarily crowds, but shooting into crowds or whatever. It seems that way. I don't want to really speak on it too much because I don't really know enough about it and it just happened. But I do know this. It was a young lady. And one of her friends was unalived. This was just recently. Y'all can probably Google this. One of her friends was unalived, and she went to the funeral up in Detroit. Shout out to the D, the Dirty D. One of her friends was unalived. She goes to the funeral. She a young lady herself in her 20s. She got a little girl daughter. They go to the funeral. Afterwards, they go to the repast. Let's just say, well, I'm not gonna say. Let's just say she never left the repast, not on her own. Shot up the repast. Here it is. She was up there visiting. Didn't make it. Didn't make it back home. These youngsters is really, really, y'all see the videos. The same stuff you all see on TV, I see. It's sad, man. It's horrific. Shooting up funerals, man. Shooting up repair like they don't care that it's other people, and they got choppers, man. They got like real artillery. They don't care that it's other people. They want to get their man so bad that if it's a kid, if it's an elderly person, if it's just, it don't even matter, whoever it is, an innocent individual, they can get it. And the thing about it, these dudes, you see them when they are locked up, these dudes are so well-mannered and look like little kids or something. But the actions, their actions make it seem as though they were like monsters. Situation happened down here just as well. Dude was a pallbearer. The dude that they were trying to get, allegedly, he was a pallbearer. Walked right up on him, broad daylight. As he carried his friend out of, putting him in that hearse before he could get to the hearse. Police there and everything. Ran right up on him and blasted him. Right there, in front of everybody. Had a mask on. And ran off. There was some real beef that was going on, but nevertheless, you wanted to get your man so bad. It's not a good thing that you can say, but I guess if you have to look at it, he didn't do it from a distance. He walked right up on him. They said that the individual that unfortunately lost his life, by the time he realized what was going on, he had dropped the casket or whatever, was reaching in his waistband to grab his. It's a sad time we living in. I would encourage any young person or anybody, period, if you're dealing with a situation in which somebody has been unalived and they were in the streets and you know I wouldn't even go, man. I ain't risking my life. I'm sorry. Pray for you. I'm sorry that this had to have happened to you, but you played the game, and oftentimes when you play the game, you're gonna lose. I played the game 4 times, and I lost every single time. But going to a funeral of a street dude, somebody that was out in the streets, nah, I ain't doing it. Because you never know retaliation. You never know. And these youngsters, once again, man, they don't care. They don't care. They care about nothing, man. Only time they care is when they in the penitentiary or when they in the jail. Mama, please. Mama can't help you now. Oh, she gonna try. Y'all judging. She gonna jump on Facebook. Y'all judging my son, acting like y'all's kids ain't never did nothing. Shut up. Shut up. Because you knew that your son was a known terrorist out here in these streets. You thought it was cute. You thought it was cute when he's giving you money and my son's a shooter. You thought it was cute. I ain't sitting in that county jail facing 2 or 3 bodies. People's talking. It ain't cute no more. Never was cute. I told a story about when I was working at Burger King. I just came home, I didn't even have my ID. The whole COVID situation or whatever was, so you couldn't just go get an ID as easily. I had an ID, but it was expired, so only one job would hire me. And that's just because I lightweight knew the manager. And Burger King gave me a job. Shout out to Burger King, man. Couldn't get a job nowhere. Gave me a job making $8.50 an hour. So I'm working. I'm in the back at first. They moved me up to the front. I'm like, look, man, I ain't trying to work no register, man. I ain't trying to have no people see me. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm just simply saying this was my mentality at the time, to say the least. I don't want nobody on this line with this window. Nevertheless, I had to do what I had to do, so I'm working the window or whatever. And it's crazy because I got more love and respect. It seemed like it anyway. People appreciate the fact, because the side of town it was on the north side, which is kind of like the hood side of town, or one of the hood sides of town. I know everybody, you know, my age range here or whatever, so I've been here my whole life. Dudes see me working, man, that's what's up, man. They was tipping me. I ain't look at it as charity. I pay you whatever I might owe them $7-8 back, man. Go on, keep the change, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you. Got to like it and work the window. So I'm working the window one day, and it was she just happened to be a black lady. She came through and telling a whole lot of jokes. Now, I've seen her a couple times. She telling a whole lot of jokes, so I'm laughing. She's doing the majority of the joking and laughing, but I'm just kind of, you know, joking back a little bit just as well. She tells me, make sure my sandwich don't have no mustard on it. No mustard. I don't want no mustard on my sandwich. I said, okay. Personally, go back to the cook. I don't even just put it in the computer, no mustard, because I'm doing the order on the screen or whatever. I walk back to the cook. I say, my dog, she don't want any mustard on her sandwich. All right. Come back. We still laughing and joking. I get the order, give it to her. I ain't think nothing else about it. Probably about 10 minutes later, she comes back. She was like, didn't I tell you I ain't want no mustard on my sandwich? I'm like, there was mustard on your sandwich? She was like, yeah, it was mustard on my sandwich. I told you I ain't want no MF mustard on my shit. I ain't want no mustard on my shit. She didn't say shit. My shit. I'm like, wow, I told him don't put no mustard on there. But I'll tell you what, we make you another sandwich. You know what I'm saying? No mustard or whatever, no problem. I said something to the effect, it might be a little bit of mustard on there, but you know, I'm still thinking about we was joking initially, right? Oh, you think this is a game? You think I'm playing with you? You don't play with my food like it? Like, no, man, my bad. There will be no mustard on your sandwich. Nah, you think you just gonna play with me? Who's your manager? Like, ma'am, you going through all of that? You was the one joking with me initially, but my manager's over here. Manager comes through the window. She's talking to the lady. Whatever. I need my food for free because this dude's being very disrespectful. Man, I ain't disrespected this lady not once. Manager's like, well, ma'am, I can't give you your food for free. What we're going to do is replace your sandwich because I know that it was told to the cook. It's just he has a lot of orders going on and it was an accident. We're going to replace your food or, you know, but I'm going to just give you your food for free. Especially when I heard that, you know, what you said to him. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got something for you, nigga. That's how she's talking to me. I got something for you, nigga. Now, this woman is probably, at the time, she had to have been probably 45. See if you joke with my sons then. Y'all see where I'm going with this? See if you joke with my sons. And I'm like, your sons? Man, No. Don't try to explain now, nigga. See if you joke with my sons. Got me feeling bad. Like, damn, did I say something that warranted this sort of reaction, if you will? But nevertheless, I done got back in, you know, my mode. All right. Get your sons then. and behold, lo and behold, her sons come back. But they were never there in the first place. They show up. Come in the store. The young dude, he was younger, you know, the youngest son or whatever. Disrespecting my mama. She already knew what I looked like. She didn't, you know, gave me the full rundown of what I looked like. Disrespecting my mama, nigga. Like, bro, I ain't disrespect your mama, man. So my mama's lying? Man, bro, it's over some mustard, man. The other brother comes in the store. He sees me and he knows, like we know of each other. We don't know each other personally, but he's like, Kenz, man, what's going on? My mama said. I was like, bro, all due respect, man, your mama came in joking and laughing with me. I was joking and laughing back. Then mustard ended up accidentally getting put on a sandwich. And she came up here going off as though I made the sandwich. I was like, it wasn't even like it, bro. He's like, man, don't even trip, man. I know my mama, man. He said, see, I already know, man. She got me caught up last time, dog. Well, almost got me caught up last time. He got the thing on him. You could see blatantly sticking out of his, you know, young dudes wear these tight-ass, motherfucking, skinny jeans. These big-ass guns with these tight-ass skinny jeans on. I could have got done in over some mustard, man. And his mama put the hit out. I'm not talking about all of everybody, me, you. I'm not talking about everybody. Appreciate that, April. I'm about to go in a minute, too. Thank you. I definitely appreciate you. So, the point that I'm making is this. You got a lot of these mothers out here, a lot of these parents, period, dudes too. But I say mothers because you have a lot of mothers that are raising the kids without the father's presence in the household. And they're allowing their kids to dictate. The kids are running the household. Mama, I don't eat this. I don't want that to eat. Mama, let me get this, let me get that. As soon as the mother says no, disrespectful, just being smart. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I know times have changed. But right is always going to be right and wrong is always going to be wrong. I didn't dictate what we ate in the house. I ate what was fixed. Wasn't no mama, can I get some McDonald's or can you stop and get me some Wendy's or some pizza or whatever? Because I don't want no fish tonight. I don't want no meatloaf tonight. Well, it wasn't no in my household that well, you not gonna eat. Nah, you gonna sit your ass at this table until you eat. But nowadays you have the kids that tell them the parents what to do and what they are gonna do, what school they're gonna go to, what school. I don't want to go here, Mom. I want to go over here because of this. And it's like, who's really the parent? One thing I can't stand is some disrespectful ass kids, man. Can't stand it. I cannot stand that. Will drive me away quicker than anything in life, out of a relationship, friendship, whatever. If your kids are disrespectful and you allow them to be this way, because the only thing you're doing is when they end up in the penitentiary, that behavior that you accepted or allowed, you're partly the cause of it. How you gonna reward for bad behavior? How you gonna give rewards? As soon as somebody say something to your child, you ready to go off on the person. Your child probably needed to be corrected. Your child maybe needed to hear this. Don't be talking to my child like that. Well, guess what? Now your child's doing 40 years. And perhaps if you had have allowed somebody to correct your child, he wouldn't be in the penitentiary doing 40 years right now. Or facing 40 years, facing life. just trips me out when I see it. Kids telling their parents, running their parents. Well, hold on, kids. You ended up in the penitentiary? Yeah, because I started getting into trouble as an adult when I was already... I didn't get in trouble as a kid, a juvenile. I ain't had no juvenile record. Never. I ain't never been to no arrested. None of that stuff when I was coming up. Sometimes you got good parents and the kids are just off the chain. But I'm only talking about the parents that allow their kids to do certain things, to have certain behaviors when you know that they off the chain. If you know that your kid is gonna act this way, exemplify this sort of behavior, then why are you sitting here condoning this shit? You nip that shit in the bud. And if they don't want to get with the program, guess what? Now you got to give them the tough love. You got to give them the tough love. I'm going to give you tough love before you dictate and control what I do. You don't run me. I made you. You don't run me. Days and times we living in. Real Kenz TV. Gonna get on out of here. You know what I mean? Been live for the last 2 hours plus, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Y'all bless the Cash App if you feel the desire to do so. $ KENZ 1000. $ KENZ as in zebra 1000. The video will be uploaded in the morning. I did about 7-8 hours ago. Just wouldn't upload for me. Just wouldn't. But fret not. It'll definitely be uploaded. Special shout out to everybody. April. You know what I mean? Being a moderator. Everybody that chimed in and rock with Real Kenz, man. You didn't catch the whole video? It'll be uploaded. Go back and check it out. Share the video. There is a message. We got to get this channel jumping, man. We got to get this channel jumping, man. Double tap the screen. You know what I mean? And Ryan Anthony, 2812 pastor. Nah, I ain't trying to preach to nobody. Just care about the kids, man. You know what I mean? And sometimes you see kids going on the sliding down the razor blade straight into alcohol river, but sometimes the parent may not necessarily recognize it because they think that it's so cute to always have their kids back when your kid is very, very disrespectful. And if you keep allowing that sort of behavior, he's gonna be before that judge with his glasses down over his eyes, looking at him like, "This young man, I've given you a couple chances. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do for your kid at that point, man." Real Kenz TV. Appreciate y'all rocking with me once again. But I must